Hello, dear language lovers. Welcome to 5-Minute English with Lee and Torry. As you can probably guess from the name, today's episode is our official introduction. So, I'll start us off. This voice you're hearing, that is me, your host, Victoria. But feel free to call me Torry. And I'm not alone. I've got my amazing co-host here with me. Lee, go ahead and say hi.
Hey everyone, I'm Lee, your native-speaking friend from Canada. I'm here to help you on your English learning journey. And I'm so excited to have you here with us today.
Yes. In this episode, we'll mostly be talking about ourselves, the podcast, our goals, our mission, and how this whole project came to life. Plus, we've got a few fun facts you probably don't know yet.
Exactly. It's time to spill the beans for our curious language lovers out there.
So, shall we begin?
Let's do this.
Okay, Lee, if someone asks you what 5-Minute English with Lee and Torry is all about, what would you describe it?
I'd say it's a podcast where we cover essential topics and vocabulary that can really level up your English and make it sound richer.
Yes, totally agree. And how do you think we can actually help people reach their language goals?
Oh, in so many ways. I especially like the part where we break down the vocabulary and explain new words. I think it really helps learners understand how to use them in real life.
Exactly. So, dear listeners, each episode of our podcast usually has 4 parts. First, we start with a greeting or introduction. Then comes the topic discussion, where Lee and I chat like we would in real life, to help you get used to natural English. Next, we move to vocabulary, where we highlight key words and phrases from the dialogue or story. And finally, we wrap it up with a short summary of the most important points to help you remember them better.
Just don't skip straight to the vocabulary section.
Or actually, maybe do, if that works for you. You can always start with the vocabulary and then listen to the story to hear how the words sound in real conversation.
Yeah, that's true. It's a really flexible format.
Lee, what's your favorite part of our podcast?
As I mentioned before, the vocabulary section. It's super educational. We use really useful words, sometimes even slang or phrases you might not find in a textbook. And we explain everything clearly with examples, don't you think?
Yes, and our examples tend to stick in your head. They are fun and memorable because we often use examples from our lives.
So what about you, Torry? What do you like most about our podcast?
You know what I love the most is the diversity in language, in style, in our accents. I have a Ukrainian accent and you have this perfect Canadian diction. I think it shows people that no matter where you're from, you have the right to speak English and express yourself. If someone wants to understand you, they will.
Exactly. Accents are not a barrier. I think we're setting a great example. Don't be afraid to speak to native English speakers and even people abroad in general.
Yes. And the topics we cover are super practical, dear listeners. You can use them in daily life or even to prepare for English exams.
Absolutely. I would also add that listening is such an important skill. It helps with exams and also with adjusting to life in a new country.
Totally agree. Oh, Lee, I think it's time to introduce the hosts of the podcast properly to the listeners.
Oh, you mean tell them about you and me?
Yes. So, we are good friends who share a lot of common interests.
That's right. Torry is an ESL teacher from Ukraine and I'm
An engineer.
Yep, that's right. I work for a Canadian engineering consulting firm. And besides helping people with their English, we're both into health, personal growth, and books.
Yes. So, we are good friends and in our common free time, we read and discuss books together. Because I think that some books aren't just meant to be read, they need to be discussed.
And I couldn't agree more.
So, next question. Oh, it's a good one. What made us decide to create 5-Minute English? And how did it all come together?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I remember how it all started. We always have these really deep and meaningful conversations, and one day you mentioned that your students would love to be part of them, or at least to listen in, because it would really help with their English learning. I think that's where the idea for the podcast was born. As for the 5-minute format, sure, we could have made longer episodes, but 5 minutes felt like the perfect place to start. Short, manageable, and easy to listen to on the go.
And we do plan to make them longer in the future.
Oh yeah, we have lots of creative ideas lined up.
All right, I'm running out of questions for our intro episode. We've talked about the podcast, about us and our plans. What else should we add, Lee?
Maybe share a little bit of our personal goals?
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, besides creating more episodes, I am actually planning to study, and I have a dream of becoming a nutritional therapist. I want to help people adjust their diets and live healthier lives by choosing better food for their mouths.
I love it, and you'll be amazing at it. I know that for sure.
Thanks, Lee. And what about you? What are your goals?
Well, I really love my job. I go to work with joy. I plan to grow professionally, lead more successful projects, and mentor new team members. And of course, keep making great podcast content with you.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Lee. All right, let's wrap things up. All right, dear listeners, we hope you enjoyed this special introductory episode.
Yeah, hopefully it helped you get a better picture of what our podcast is all about and a little bit about who we are as your hosts.
We'd love for you to stick around. Join our listener community on Telegram and follow us on your favorite podcast platforms.
Exactly. We also share a list of key vocabulary after each episode on our Telegram channel, plus the full episode script so you can read along anytime.
Super convenient, right? Thanks for being with us here at 5 Minute English with Lee and Torry. If you liked it, share the podcast with a friend and stay tuned for more.
Bye for now.
Bye.